समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्. So today we do verse 24 and 25th. And I'll read them together. Sankalpa-prabhavan kaman tyaktva sarvan sheshatah manasaivedriyagramam viniyamya samantatah. Next is शनै शनैरुपरमेत् बुद्ध्या धृतिगृहीतया आत्मसंस्थं मनः कृत्वा न किञ्चिदपि चिन्तयेत्. The translation is abandoning without reserve all desires born of sankalpa and completely restraining the whole group of senses by the mind from all sides, little by little, let him attain quietude by the intellect held in firmness, having made the mind established in the self, let him not think of anything. Now, see, when you read something like this, you immediately feel this is not possible. ये तो कर ही नहीं सकते, ये तो हो ही नहीं सकता. Please understand that this is a chapter on meditation. So what he is talking about is during meditation, at the time of meditation, right? Chapter 5th was preparation for meditation. Now here also, this is talking of early seekers like us. And he says, abandoning without reserve all desires. अच्छा, जब भी आप when you read only till here, that abandoning all desire, he says तो हो ही नहीं सकता. And true enough, it cannot happen. See, if you had no desire of any sort, not even a little bit single, you will not have this body. The body will drop. You will get a new body with the new leftover desires to be exhausted. So that is not possible कि आपकी no desires हो. But देखो, the condition is given over there. When he says all desires, he says born of sankalpa. That means not every desire has to be given up, but only those that are born from sankalpa have to be given up, and completely restraining the whole group of senses, this group of senses, that is all your five senses that are there on your head, you have to keep them in check, because the senses are the one that run out and gather information from outside and then pass that information to your mind immediately, and your mind is disturbed. Here, the exercise is to still the mind. The exercise is to quieten the mind. And therefore, he says that the whole group of senses, and how can those senses be curtailed? How can they be controlled? By the mind, he says. By the mind, and ये जो है samantatah means from all sides. From all sides. You have to control the mind from running out through the senses from all directions, because the mind does not go only in one direction. The senses go in different directions, isn't it? The eyes, the subject matter is different. They want to see things. The ears want to hear things. which are different from those that you want to see. The nose, what it wants is different from what the eyes want, like that. So these different senses go into different directions. That is why he says from all sides, samantata, he says. Acha. But clearly it says in this, so don't misunderstand. It says Sankalpa Prabhavan, born of Sankalpa. I have previously in my talks explained what Sankalpa is. Sankalpa is not just decision, Sankalpa is not just thought, Sankalpa is not just desire. Sankalpa is desire born of new information. 98% of your desire, जो इनबॉर्न डिजायर्स हैं आपके, वो बहुत कम हैं, very few. And those you are born with, you will not even get to know that that desire has come. Like you will naturally, they are natural. They are natural desires that you go after. And those natural desires are how? You like something and you don't like something. You naturally go towards something, isn't it? Dancing, music, singing, painting, business, right? These are, they come naturally to you and your natural tendency is towards that, and you very easily, without any trouble, go towards it. You enjoy doing it, right? That is a natural born desire, natural vasana, which you in any case have to live through. Your body is made for that and you will have to live through that. But ये जो संकल्प प्रभवान है, so these are what, that they are the new vasanas that you create when you contact sense objects, people and situations outside, right? You've gone to somebody's house, you've seen a new decor there, and you feel, oh, I must change the decor of my house. Look how beautiful this looks. Ho gayi nayi vasana. This is a sankalpa prabhavan. And then you run after what she has done to her house. You want to do the same to your house. Something new somebody is wearing, you want to go and buy the same thing, and you find yourself asking, where did you buy this from? Where did you get this dress from? How much does it cost? Is the shop still open during lockdown? And then you run towards it. This is sankalpa prabhavan vasana. उसके घर में जैसी शादी हुई थी, उसके घर में जैसा खाना बना था, the decor that wedding had, the mandap, the way it was made, I want to do the same thing in mine. This is sankalpa prabhavan. ठीक है ना? So here he says that sankalpa prabhavan. Now the second line tells you how to control the sankalpa prabhavan. It says manasavendriya gramam viniyamya samantata. It says mano nigraha se indriya nigraha. Nigraha is control. So controlling the mind will automatically control the senses. If the mind is not controlled, then you can no way control the senses. The example I always give is a rasgulla kept on the table. If your mind is running towards the rasgulla, it is already suggesting to you how good these rasgullas are from whichever shop they come. Then your hand will stretch out to pick it up. ठीक है ना? But if your mind says, no, these are not good enough, I don't want to eat this kind of thing, do you think your hand will stretch out for it? No. Even if it is offered to you, you will not have it. Even if it is served to you, you will keep the plate aside, isn't it? So it is the mano nigraha which has to then go ultimately to the indriya nigraha. So all desires cannot be stopped, only new vasanas should not be controlled, new vasanas should not be generated. So only the mind can control the senses. ठीक है. Now see, he uses the word asheshatah. Sarvan asheshatah. Sarvan means all, and asheshatah means when no trace is left. The new vasanas, sankalprabhavan vasanas that you generate, you need to control them in a manner that not even a little bit is left. Because why does he say that, Asheshataha? Because even when a little bit is left, it will suddenly take a monstrous form. It will generate many more. है ना? हाँ, आप एक साड़ी खरीदने जाते हैं which you seen somebody wearing, you go to select that sari, but when you're sitting in that shop, you see 10 more, much more beautiful ones. And so what do? You buy another two at least, isn't it? Now this is Sankalpa Prabhavan. The mind has run towards that kind of thing. So Asheshatah, till the sankalpas are completely eradicated from your mind will not settle down. Your mind will not become quiet. Dekho, meditation, I always say, is the highest spiritual exercise, the highest spiritual sadhana that a seeker can go into. So, unless you do the preliminaries, unless you exercise your mind and your senses and your body to go through the preliminary exercises, you cannot do meditation. तो बहुत important है ये चीजें. अच्छा, you are born with the desires, just what you naturally want to do and that which you revel in, which you enjoy. I have given you the examples of dance, business, painters, singing, and all that. Gurudev used to explain it like this. And how quickly you go, that is why you say she is a born dancer. कहते हो ना? She is a born singer. He is a born artist. Why do you say that? This is a naturally born desire in that human being. It is not a sankalpa prabhavan. देखो दो बच्चे हैं आपके घर में. हाँ, now you present music to both the children. One girl naturally goes towards singing and starts singing and easily learns it, and her ability to grasp the notes and the tune is very quick, whereas the other girl doesn't sing at all. No matter what good music you present to her, she doesn't like it, or she, even if she listens to it, she will not go towards it. She will go towards something other, which is her natural like and dislike. So this is it. Gurudev used to give the example of a typist. ये होता क्यों है, कैसे होता है? He used to say that, like, supposing before a girl gets married, she was working as a typist, stenotypist in some office, and her speed was great and she used to type excellently well and all the rest of it. Then she got married. After marriage, she never got any time to type. She left the job, of course. And then she was more into household and children and husband and social and society and this, that, and the other. So she didn't type at all. For years and years, she didn't type. For decades, she didn't type. After her children were grown up, they all started leading their own lives and she was alone. She thought, let me try my old typewriter. So she brought down the typewriter. आजकल होता नहीं है typewriter. Typewriter has, become extinct. So, but those old typewriters, she dusted it and she started typing. Initially, there was a little bit of a hesitancy, and so quickly she picked up her speed back again. Why? She was used to typing in the past. She loved to type in the past. So when she, after such a long lapse of time, tries again, she very quickly swims into it. And her fingers start dancing on the typewriter, and she is delighted. Same is with the last birth and this birth. So, whatever you have been doing in the last birth, whatever you have liked in the last birth, in your next birth, your mindset will be the same. And when the thing is presented in front of you, you will automatically pick it up. and you will love it and you will start doing it. Hmm? Now, one thing is important which you must understand, that nature of the mind is to attach to something or the other. When you calm your mind, when you lessen the thoughts, the mind is totally getting slowly single thought, and slowly without thought. It will not stay without thought for long. Its temperament is to think of something. So, unless and until you can give it a direction, you can give it a focus, you can give it something to concentrate on, the mind will not start of something on its own. वो कहीं ना कहीं तो जाएगा ही. So you have detached it from everything else. Immediately, the direction is, whenever you take this U turn from the world outside and bring the mind, withdraw the mind inside yourself, give it a focus. And that is the reason that बहुत ज़रूरी है, otherwise the mind will stray. When you take a U turn, it is as simple as when you are walking towards light, you are walking away from darkness. Natural है ना? Walking towards light is walking away from darkness. So when you are walking towards a single thought, you are automatically leaving the other thoughts behind. But if there is no thought in front of you, there is no focus in front of you, your mind will immediately jump somewhere. Okay? Now that is the importance of the ishta. That is the importance of the ishta. You have to have an ishta ki murti, picture, जो भी आपके इष्ट हैं, whether it is Christ or it is uh, an arched direction towards the west as in Mecca, or it is a Rama, Krishna, or it is Buddha or Jesus, or whatever it is, that which your mind can focus on has to be there. Acha, now then, after this, I am talking to you of the secret success of meditation depends mainly on three things. I am doing both the verses together, right? 23rd and 24th. So, the secret of success in meditation, point number one, you have to be determined. That means you have to will yourself every single day to try it. Regularity, Gurudev used to say, regularity is the secret. Regularity and alertness is the secret. So you have to do it every day, just like you eat every day. Gurudev used to say to those who used to say, "Oh, Swamiji, we just forgot, we had so much of work to do and we forgot to meditate." So he said, do you ever forget to eat? No matter how much work you have, do you forget to sleep? You do that every day, no matter how, no matter what, you will do it. Similarly, this is as important for a seeker, the regularity. Okay? So, determination and firm resolve that this I have to do, this is a must do. This is point number one. Point number two is that slowly as you meditate, you get this feeling that I am not reaching anywhere. I am just there. I call it a treadmill. I call it a spiritual treadmill. So you feel that you are on a spiritual treadmill and you are doing the same thing every day. Same mantra, same mala, same stuti, same everything. And then your mind wanders all over and then you get up from the puja room. This is what most people do. Or they make a farmaish to the Lord. They make a demand. Oh Lord, please ये कर दीजिए. हो गई पूजा, खत्म. That is not. He says, and when such a thing happens, a serious seeker always feels that I am not reaching anywhere. मैं तो यही हूं जहां था. serious seeker feels. So the Gita very clearly says, don't despair. Slowly and steadily you will move. देखो, the verse is शनय शनय उपरमे. शनय शनय means steadily, slowly, धीरे धीरे. And uparimet means that withdrawal of your senses and your mind will take place slowly. The third point is you have to do yoga with truth and viyoga from the false. Yoga viyoga, those steps हैं. These you have to do. That focus your mind on the truth and detach your mind from the falsity or that which is unreal. Go towards the real, leave the unreal. This is the third step. And as I told you, that 98% of your desires are from sankalpas. Born out of sankalpa. Sankalpa prabhavan. ठीक है ना? तो it is for a seeker. Be conscious of that. If you are conscious of that, you will slowly begin to recognize whenever a sankalpa arises. So, to give into that sankalpa is suicidal for the seeker. A seeker must never give into newly born sankalpas. So, unless and until you are aware that this is happening, until and unless you know that this is how my mind is getting agitated, you will not be able to control it. So, emerging out of sankalpa, all the desires, those desires, you have to control because over the time they weaken the mind. Have you seen the mind of people who are so much into shopping? I have a friend who does that constantly, and she is an American. So the moment she arrives in India, and I'm sure a lot of you have this experience, when these American birds fly into India in the winters, I have to buy this, I have to buy that, I have to. Because suddenly the dollar multiplies into 75 rupees, isn't it? So they can buy the world. So they are all over the place. I want to buy this. I want to buy this. I want to buy this and ship it to America. I want to buy that and ship it to London. I want to buy this and ship it to wherever, Australia. They go on doing it all the time. ठीक है ना? So that is suicidal for a seeker. These people's mind are so weak. They do not remember anything. Their mind is jumping all over the place. They are constantly restless, and their mind is demanding and whipping them to go into this market, go into that market, go into that market. And people like you and I, who are the hosts, are dragged along with. Chalo, chalo, ab yahan chalo, ab wahan chalo, ab wahan chalo, all that. Okay, so over time they weaken the mind, and the mind loses its strength as well as its willpower of any sort. The mind, they are not able to apply the mind nicely to any one particular thing, least of all to sadhana. Now, the only method of quietening the mind is withdrawal from the sense objects. You have to withdraw its wanderings. And the more and more you withdraw its wanderings, the more and more it gathers the strength to conquer the Sankalpa Prabhavan thoughts. It will slowly get the strength to conquer the thoughts. Okay? Now, but all this is supposed to be done during meditation, not all the time. But all the time, when you practice it all the time, slowly, it will be very easy for you to do it during meditation. You will notice it yourself. Believe me, it is possible, it happens. I'm talking from experience that how the mind wanders all over, grazing into different fields for no rhyme or reason. You are grazing. You don't need anything. You don't have to buy anything, but still, come, let's go for window shopping. Come on, let's go to the mall, right? And that is where the Sankalpa Prabhavan Vasanas generate. Then going once to the mall multiplies into going 4 5 times to the same place for the looking for the same objects, isn't it? So that is what happens. Acha, here, when you want to buy something, you are not happy with going to one shop. I want to see here also. I want to compare the rates and the quality there also. I want to see there also, there also, there also. So you are running all over like rats around the city. I also know people who are teaching the children the same thing. Not only this, they're teaching them one better. They say, ah, your birthday is coming. My little baby's birthday is coming. So I have to go to Singapore for shopping. तो वो बच्चे ने क्या सीख लिया? He, before he has even learned to earn one single penny, you have taught him to go to Singapore to shop for things for his birthday. What are you teaching? You are only teaching him dissipation of the mind and intellect. You are teaching that little child to you feel dissatisfied with what is available to him. Hmm? So this kind of a thing is will disturb the mind all the time. पर एक बात ध्यान रखिए, the Gita very clearly says in this next verse that it cannot be done suddenly one fine day. It cannot be done in a 3 days meditation workshop. Not possible. It very clearly says, Shane Shane Uparime. Gita I am quoting. So it says the quietening of the mind is a slow process. It's an evolutionary process. It is not a revolutionary process. It is an evolution. An evolution happens slowly, slowly. You gain perfection slowly, slowly. Huh? So you slowly fix onto one idea, still the mind, make the mind peaceful, make the mind blissful. This is the till the last stage that you can take the mind with self effort. Self effort वहीं तक है that you can make the mind still, you can make the mind focused, and you can make the mind blissful, joyful. Wahin tak. After that, the mind you cannot. After that, you have to drop the mind, my dear. You have to drop the mind after that. You have to just, this is the last stage of self effort. After that, you have to let go. You have to just be. Just be still. Don't allow any thought to rise. Just that much effort you do, that just be still and consciously do not allow any thought to rise in your mind. Maintain this inner silence. This is for seekers like us because we can go only till here. With great effort also, that also with great effort. So when you maintain this inner silence and you come out of this puja room also, maintain that inner silence. Guard it, very carefully guard it. Sometimes when you are slightly more of a mature seeker, you will be able to guard it through hours of the day. Then you will be able to guard it throughout the day. And later on, you will be able to guard it day after day after day. You will yourself notice that you have become peaceful. Your mind doesn't get excited to run out for no rhyme or reason. You begin intellectually analyzing, rationally deciding that what is it exactly that I'm going to gain after I run out. Running out is easy, पर फिर उसके बाद क्या होता है? So the next verse will tell you. Now, these two verses that I have just done, Gurudev used to say that they are extremely useful verses for a meditator because it has been giving tips to you and how to meditate and how to carry on with meditation. Now, even the 26th verse, which I'm going to take on now, is very, very important for early seekers like us because it gives us point by point what exactly we should do. आसन तो हो गया था, है ना, पॉस्चर भी हो गया, मंत्र भी हो गया, वो सब हो गया कि कैसे पूजा रूम कैसा होना चाहिए, आसन कैसा होना चाहिए, इष्ट देवता कैसा, मंत्र कैसा, माला कैसी, वो सब हो गया. And now then what is to be done after that? So the verse 26, let us read it first. Okay. यतो यतो निश्चरते मनश्चञ्चलमस्थिरं ततस्ततो नियम्येतद् आत्मन्येव वशं नयेत्. देखो क्या ये कह रहे हैं. It looks very simple, huh? But this is our problem. This is really the problem of all people who try to meditate. I'll read the translation. From whatever cause the restless and the unsteady mind wanders away, from that let him restrain it and bring it back to be under the control of the self alone. ये जो पूरा का पूरा है, this is what is known as Abhyas Yoga. This is the Abhyas Yoga for the seeker. And it's a very simply said thing, but simply said, of course, but to do it is a little difficult, huh? This is guidance for our fickle mind, guidance for our restless mind, guidance for our jumpy mind. The word used is nishcharati. देखो yato yato nishcharati. Where all it goes. Yato yato means in whichever fields the mind runs, whichever fields the mind goes, and goes and does what? देखो वर्ड क्या यूज करा है, निश्चरति. दिस इज द चरण. चरना जानते हैं ना, एनिमल्स जो चरते हैं, घास चरते हैं. दिस इज द सेम वर्ड, ग्रेजिंग. हाँ, to give it a literal translation, it is grazing. So wherever the mind goes to graze, in whichever fields the mind goes to graze, wandering aimlessly, cattle like, trying out this, trying out that, having coffee in 10 different restaurants, having ice cream in 2, 3 different places, ये क्या है? Charana, grazing, the mind grazes, right? Now, aimlessly. Now, whatever be the cause, an intelligent seeker should try and figure out the cause of the mind's wandering. देखो, and the mind, देखो वो क्या वर्ड यूज करते हैं, मन चंचल अस्थिरम. चंचल, चंचल चपल is agitated, full of movement, and full of roaming around. That is called chanchal. Somebody who us, and the next word is asthira, which complements this one only. It says asthira. That means it doesn't stay in one place. Haven't we got that experience of the mind? It never stays in one place. It is always jumping. So try to find out the cause of its jumping. And it's very easy to find out. Shall I tell you how? When you sit in meditation, watch the mind. Whichever direction your mind takes, that is the hindrance in your meditation. That is what is causing hindrance in your meditation. Watch the mind. कहाँ गया माइंड चरने के लिए, उस चीज से वापस लाओ. Bring it back from that very thing. It derails the mind. जैसे ट्रैक पे ट्रेन चलती है ना, and then वो पटरी खराब हो, the train derails. Similarly, the mind derails from its focus into petty, paltry thoughts. Now, giving you an example, you are meditating, suddenly the mind goes, maid नहीं आई आज, अभी तक तो आई नहीं. अच्छा. Next thought after that is, wonder if she goes to Mrs. Khanna's house these days. Maid से, see, association of the mind jumps to Mrs. Khanna. I wonder if she goes to Mrs. Khanna's house. Oh ho, I have still not heard. Oh, Mrs. Khanna's daughter-in-law has come back or not come back? Then, how can she come back? You know, her son, her husband has lost his job, he doesn't earn anything. So she's gone back to her mother's house. And the mother was suffering from cancer. पता नहीं उनका क्या हाल है क्या. Now you see the association of the mind. From the maid to Mrs. Khanna, from Mrs. Khanna into Mrs. Khanna's daughter-in-law, from the daughter-in-law into her son, from her son into somebody else, into something else, something else. Do you see the how the mind goes? This is association. Watch the mind how it drags you. So you have to get it out of these charna, this grazing. Mind's habit is to graze. Pull it out of there with effort. This will happen. Anybody who says that this has never happened to me is lying. Unless he is a seeker of a very deep mind. It does not happen to a mature seeker. Let me tell you that also, so don't despair. It doesn't happen to a mature seeker. A mature seeker can meditate anywhere, sitting on a railway platform where there are lots of people, sitting in a mall, waiting for the doctor. When a mature seeker closes his eyes, he goes into meditation straight away. This happens out of practice. This happens out of practice. This happens how out of withdrawal from other objects. So जब आपको दूसरी चीजों का मोह खत्म हो जाएगा, when you find the uselessness of those things, your rational mind will tell you of the uselessness of those things. At that time, your mind will bend. So this will happen. Don't despair. Remount on your mind. Control the mind with Abhyas Yoga. And Swami Tejomananda used to give the example of a cycling. When you are learning cycling, balance is just not possible because कहाँ वो जमीन पे है ही नहीं. Only 1 inch of the front tire, 1 inch of the पीछे का cycle is on the ground, and you fall this side and you fall that side. You go on trying, try after try, and the balance is not possible. But go on trying, then suddenly it happens, right? And suddenly it happens, and you are just balancing beautifully and riding the cycle beautifully without falling even once. So that will happen to you slowly, slowly with practice. And वो practice क्या है? Satsang. Satsang, listening to a master, slowly, slowly steadies your mind. Also, withdrawal, physical withdrawal from the senses is the answer. Now, one strong tip, Gurudev used to give the example of Bali. Ramcharit Manas mein jo Bali. Bali was the personification of lust. And then people argue, why did Ramchandra ji have to hide and kill him? That was very bad of Ramji. So, ke chup ke mara. Ramji was giving a lesson that lust can never be destroyed by facing it face to face. You have to go away from lust to destroy lust. Example, that if you are very fond of mangoes and you are a diabetic, the mangoes are kept nicely cut and sliced in front of you. All you have to do is to pick it up and put it in your mouth. And if they are kept in front of you, your willpower becomes weak, isn't it? But if the mangoes are not brought into the house at all, it's easier for you to control yourself, isn't it? Similarly, Bali ko ye vardhan tha that whosoever comes in front of him, half the strength of that person comes into Bali. So Bali becomes 1.5 times stronger than that man. So lust becomes very strong when you are faced with it. So you have to distance yourself from those things that pull your mind, and you have to kill that lust छुप and that is why satsang is the one. और फिर क्या होता है, राम जी बाली को मारते हैं and he gives the reins to Sugriva. Sugriva means the well controlled, जिसके हाथ में reins हैं. So then the Rajya is given to Sugriv, who will rule with a determined, controlled effort. Bali was a lusty man. You know, he even, can you imagine that he married his younger brother's wife? He snatched away his younger brother's wife. So this is a very low, mean act, a low, mean act of lust. And that is why Bali was killed. Now, देखो tip number 2. Only in the early days of Upasana, your इष्ट देव की तस्वीर बहुत जरूरी है. Otherwise, your mind will not be able to contemplate on the formless. This is for early seekers. Early seekers must have an इष्ट देवता in front. They can't meditate anywhere else. उनको वो पूजा रूम में जाना जरूरी है. वो भगवान के सामने बैठना जरूरी है. अपनी स्तुति एंड मंत्र they have to do for their mind to focus. Otherwise, the mind will be chanchala, asthira. It will go on jumping from pakoda to cat to rat to dog, my dog, oh my dog, anything at all. But the mind will jump. Therefore, to control the extrovertedness, lovingly, intelligently persuade the mind, slowly persuade the mind and put in that effort. And whatever you have gained, guard it closely. Guard it closely. Don't suddenly burst into activity after coming out from the meditation room. This is tip number 3. That when you come out from the meditation room, don't suddenly jump into activity. Slowly thing. And one of the most important things is the disturbing categories. What all can disturb your mind during meditation? So you can note it down. Number 1 is memories of the past. Deep-seated hurts in your mind will surface during your meditation. It's a vomit of the mind. Okay? Number 2, some tempting object which is obtainable, which you can buy or which you can get, anything, a piece of jewelry, a new dress, a new car, something for the house, ये कहीं आपने देख लिया है, सुन लिया है, some ad you have seen, and your mind is running towards that. Number 3, association of ideas. This is the most disturbing that happens. Association of ideas. The son calling you from America and telling you, Mummy, please come here. It's very hot in India these days. Why don't you come here and spend time with me? Bas ho gaya. Now, during meditation, your mind is running. Which airline should I go to? I should be fully vaccinated before I go. Medical insurance has to be taken. This has to be done. That has to be done. Should I take a hop flight? Should I fly directly? Should I? Ho gaya na meditation. Khatam. So this kind of thing. So this is association of ideas. Then number 4, strong attachment or strong hatred. Something that you are very attached to. Your mind will automatically run with concern to that object, to that person or that situation. Okay? The second thing which I said, hatred. Understand, it's a fact, psychological fact. The mind is more strongly pulled away by hatred than by love. Somebody whom you hate, or somebody who has been unjust to you, and who's been unkind to you, your mind will again and again in meditation go towards that person. तो आप उसका ध्यान कर रहे हैं या भगवान का ध्यान कर? Think about it. Huh? Most of the people have a mother-in-law problem or a sister-in-law problem, है ना? Or a son-in-law problem, brother-in-law problem, because that there is a suppression. You are not able to say things to them that this is unfair, this is unjust, but you have not liked it, you hate it, and your mind goes towards hatred. Pulled. Okay. Number 5, the something which is a sattvic hindrance, that is, you want success in your meditation. You so much want success in your meditation that desire becomes the hurdle. That desire itself becomes the hurdle. Some experience in meditation you have had once, and you go on and on trying to get that same experience. That trying itself becomes the hurdle. It will not allow your mind to quieten down. Hmm? And the number 6 is Vasham Nayet, control and bring it back. One has to understand that mind is a flow. So it will immediately start onto something else. आप control कर भी लोगे, तो it will start thinking of something else immediately. So what is of great importance, and this is the last point I'm saying, of great importance, that there is no waiting period. There is no vacuum the mind can stand. So the moment you still your mind of any thought, immediately, with immediate effect, give the mind thoughts of the Atma. देखो वो कहते हैं ना आत्मा स्थित. That is what the verse is saying in the second line. That after stilling the mind, immediately focus the mind on the Atma. This is very, very important. Next time we do verse 27. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.